Hey guys, how's she going today? Well, it's operating day on the 2188. I'm working on putting the duals on. Me and Dad and Antoine, we got one side finished yesterday, and I'm working on the other side today. So I've got the final drive off, laying over there out of the way, and I got this extension bolted on, and whew, I need a break. Almost blew my asshole out there trying to line this fucking thing up by myself. I was using the Bobcat there. I just had it sitting on the corner of the bucket, and then I was standing just on the front of the cab there, reaching behind me to drive it forward so I could see what was going on to line things up, and had to kind of manhandle it around a little bit. Fucking thing probably weighs 150 pounds. Like, you see how fucking thick that is. So yeah, I got that lined up, and then it's kind of a puzzle there, all the different holes in this thing, because it'll work on all the way from like your 16 or whatever, 14, 20 or 40, whatever the little ones are there, all the way up to 8010s. So there's all the different hole patterns. I guess this would probably be the 8010, this big one up here, and then these real small ones, that's probably the little here 20s and 40s and 60s probably. But anyway, got that bolted up, and then when we get that on, there's this big threaded rod, and it goes through that hole there, right through to the other side, and it just kind of keeps everything pulled together so that it can't start flexing. So yeah, that's what's going on today. And then bought a hopper topper for it too. I used one off a wreck. I got to do a little bit of welding on it and give her a coat of paint, but for 1,200 bucks, it's not too bad. Especially considering the new one's pushing 4 grand. So yeah, I'll show you what needs to get welded here. See how those are supposed to line up like that, but it's pulled through, so I'm just gonna weld a washer around that, the right size center on it, put a washer around all of them. But and then yeah, this one's really bad over here, it's tore right through. So yeah, weld all that together, I guess, and then paint it. Sounds exciting, eh? I'll show you the side that's got the duals on. Quite a bit wider than with the 30.5 32s on it, which is kind of nice, a little more stable for the big flex header and everything. And it's actually sits in farther than what the 30.5 32 did. The 30.5 32's edge was here, and then wherever it kind of come out to, like, but yeah, it didn't sit into the combine quite as far as that. And then see the extension on there, the final drive, but a little bit of a job, not too bad. The amount of fucking bolts they've got on these things there, I don't think we're gonna have any issues. We had to do a little bit of figuring and hunting around, because there's these small bolts here, 5 of them on each side, and that just holds your inside dual on. And at first we weren't really sure, because there are these bigger holes in them, and I kind of thought about it, and we went and looked at another one, and on the bigger combines it's actually a stud that comes through, and then there's a plate with 3 holes in it and a nut, and that's how it holds it on the bigger ones. But we were told we don't need those on this, which is okay, because it didn't come with them, and they're fucking 150 bucks a piece. It'd have been another $1,000 worth of parts just for those goddamn plates and studs, so we aren't going to worry about that. And then the last thing I bought for it here, another thing to go for that big flex header. was having a bitch of a time last year trying to unload with that 35-foot header on the front of it. Stewart Steel auger extension. It's a 3-foot one, and then it comes with the big plastic spout, just like what's on the newer combines. So, and yeah, there's supposed to be a cheaper version of this extension, but this is the fancy one. This was actually on sale cheaper than what the supposedly cheap one was worth. So yeah, comes with your flighting inside there, and then bolts and everything. It just slides on over your auger, like where your two halves meet. You put that piece in, and then that goes on the end with the spout on it. Gives you a little more reach, so it'll be all right. But anyways, that's what's happening today around here. Yesterday, the night before last there, we had one fuck of a wind. I've never seen anything like that before. Came through here and blew our old barn away, and I'll take a little walk over here. I had a bin sitting on a mover, and well, this wind, like, it was a plow wind. It's been 120 kilometers an hour. It's been, what the hell's that, 70 miles an hour for everybody down in the States. So one hell of a fucking wind. Flipped that into the fuel tanks. And then my poor bin here, 3,300 bushel bin, stood it right up on its end on the mover and just fucking crushed the goddamn thing. So I don't know how we're gonna figure something out to straighten it out, I guess. Stood it up in the trees out of harm's way so it doesn't get fucked any worse than it already is. But yeah, messed it up pretty bad. So, not sure what we're gonna do to straighten that out just yet, but I guess scrunch it all up and sell it for scrap iron maybe. Anyway, then those ones there all buggered up. The wind tore half the roof off of them. Oh, all kinds of fun stuff. So I'm doing something that gives me some enjoyment, working on the combine today. But I guess anything else crazy happens around here, I'll make a video of it for you. But until then, hit that like button and subscribe for more. And we'll talk to you in the next one.